This bralette, single crochet. This hoodie, double crochet. This cardigan, all 5 stitches working together. Today I'm teaching you every foundation stitch you need to make any of these projects. By the end of the video, you'll have the complete toolkit to start creating trendy crochet pieces, so let's get started. Here's what we're covering today. First, the 5 essential stitches: single crochet, half double crochet, double crochet, treble crochet, and slip stitches. Then a rapid fire tool guide so you never feel confused at the craft store. I've broken this down into chapters with timestamps in the description so you can jump to any section or come back whenever you need a refresher. Before we start stitching, let's quickly cover the tools you'll be using. This will take just 2 seconds and it'll make everything else so much easier. First up is our crochet hook. Hooks come in different sizes, measuring in millimeters or letters. For beginners, I recommend using a 5mm hook or an H8 hook. It's comfortable to hold and works with a medium weight yarn. And you can hold it like a pencil or a knife, whatever feels natural to you. Next up, yarn. You'll see numbers on yarn labels. That's the weight. Number 4, medium weight, also called worsted weight, is perfect for learning. It's thick enough to see your stitches clearly. You'll need scissors for cutting yarn, or in my case, thread snippers. A yarn needle, also called a tapestry needle, for weaving in ends when you finish a project. Stitch markers help you keep track of where you are or hold your place. You can buy these or use a scrap piece of yarn in a different color. And a measuring tape to check your work, ensuring for a perfect fit. And that's it. Hook, yarn, scissors, needle, marker, tape. Now let's make some stitches. We're starting with the foundation of everything, single crochet. This is the stitch that built that bralette. We're starting with the basics, the slip knot. Now there's a lot of ways to do our slip knot. What I like to do is take my working yarn into my right hand, pinch it with my index and thumb. Take the left hand. We're going to take our middle finger and our index finger and place that underneath our yarn. We're going to flip our fingers over, so now we're looking at the palm of our hand. We're going to hook the yarn with our 2 fingers, so we're just bending them. And then we're going to bring our knuckles over the working yarn. Now we should have this thread that we can just pinch with our middle finger and our index finger and pull through. That is our slip knot. Let's do it once more. Pinch your working yarn with your index and your thumb. Point your finger and middle finger underneath the yarn, flip it, hook, twist it around, separate your fingers, and we can just grab our working yarn, and from there just pull through. And that loop is going to be where we insert our hook. We're starting with a foundation chain. We're going to yarn over the hook from back to front. And we're going to use our hook to pull the yarn through the loop that's already on our hook. And that's our first chain. Again, we're going to yarn over from the back to the front. Use the hook to pull our working yarn through that loop. Now we're ready for some stitches. Getting this comprehensive technique video started, we're diving into the single crochet, the stitch that holds everything together. Smooth, sturdy, and simple, but never boring. This stitch lays the groundwork for all beautiful projects to come. Insert your hook into the second chain from our hook. So not the loop that's on your hook, we're going to skip that one, the very next chain. Yarn over, so wrap your yarn over your hook from back to front. Pull through just the chain. Now we should have 2 loops on our hook. Yarn over again, pull through both loops on our hook. That is 1 single crochet. Let's do another one. Insert your hook into that next chain. Yarn over, pull through for 2 loops on our hook. Yarn over, and pull through 2. That's another single crochet. Whenever we're starting a single crochet row, we're going to chain 1. That's our turning chain. It won't actually count as a stitch. It just gives us the same height as our single crochet. And we're going to flip our work. Just do the first single crochet for our row 2. Insert your hook into that first stitch. Yarn over, pull through to get 2 loops on our hook. Yarn over, pull through 2. Now the rhythm for the single crochet is insert, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2. Once you get the rhythm, it settles smoothly and you can really feel that compact texture forming. That's the single crochet fabric coming to life. Beautiful! We've got the single crochets down, now let's level up. Now the half double crochet sits right in between a single and a double crochet. It's taller than a single, but shorter than a double. It creates a soft, flexible fabric with beautiful texture. It works up faster than a single crochet, so it's perfect for blankets, scarves, and everything cozy. This technique is almost identical to single crochets, but with one key difference: we start with the yarn over. I'm working with a fresh foundation chain. Now for half doubles, we skip the first 2 chains and work into the 3rd chain from our hook. There's 1, 2, 3, so right into there. Here's the key difference: before we insert our hook, we're going to yarn over first. So wrap the yarn over your hook from back to front. Now we have a loop on our hook plus that yarn over. Now insert your hook into that 3rd chain from our hook. Then we're going to yarn over again. Pull through the chain only. Now count your loops. We should all have 3 loops on our hook. There's 1, 2, 3. That's what y'all want to see. Yarn over one more time and pull through all 3 of those loops. Now that's 1 half double crochet. Now you see how it's just a little bit taller than a single crochet? Let's do another one. Again, yarn over into that next chain. Yarn over, pull through just the chain to get 3 loops on our hook. Yarn over and pull through all 3. When we start a half double crochet row, the turning chain will be a chain 2. That chain 2 still won't count as a stitch. That just gives us the same height as a half double crochet. And just to do the first half double crochet of our row 2, yarn over. Insert your hook into that first stitch. Yarn over, pull through just that stitch to have 3 loops on our hook. Yarn over, pull through all 3. Once you get the rhythm, it flows beautifully. The key is just to remember starting with the yarn over. That's what makes it a half double instead of a single. Now just once more. Yarn over, insert, pull through, yarn over, pull through all 3. Now you see that texture building? That's the half double crochet fabric. Now the most common mistake, forgetting that first yarn over. If you skip it, you'll end up with a single crochet instead. Always start with the yarn over for the half double. Perfect, we're building our stitch library. Now let's tackle the workhorse of crochet, the double crochet. This is a stitch you'll use probably more than any other. Double crochet is taller, faster, and creates a beautiful drapey fabric. Now this technique is almost identical to the half double crochet, but we're pulling through 2 loops in 2 stages instead of all at once. For double crochets, we skip the first 3 chains and work into the 4th. So here's 1, 2, 3, and 4. Just like a half double, we start with the yarn over. Wrap the yarn over your hook from back to front, then insert your hook into the 4th chain from our hook. Yarn over again and pull through the chain only. 3 loops on our hook, just like a half double, but here's where it changes. Yarn over, pull through the first 2 loops only. Now you have 2 loops left on your hook. See, we are working in stages. Then yarn over one more time, pull through the last 2 loops. That is 1 double crochet. Now see how much taller it is than a half double crochet? Let's do this again. Yarn over into that next chain. Yarn over, pull through just that chain for 3 loops on our hook. Yarn over, pull through the first 2. Yarn over, pull through the last 2. Now, whenever we're at the end of a row and we want to start a double crochet row, we're going to chain 3. That is our turning chain. Again, that just gives us the same height as a double crochet. It doesn't count as a stitch. And to do the first, yarn over. Insert your hook into that first stitch, yarn over, pull through just that stitch. For 3 loops on our hook, yarn over, pull through just the first 2, yarn over, pull through the last 2. So the rhythm is yarn over, insert, pull through, then the 2 stages. pull through 2, then pull through 2. This is a stitch that works up fast and creates the beautiful drape you see in wearable projects. Now, the most common mistake for double crochets: pulling through all 3 loops at the same time instead of working in those 2 stages. Remember, pull through 2, then pull through another 2. That's what makes it a double crochet instead of a half. You're doing absolutely amazing. 4 stitches down, 1 to go. Now let's go tall with the treble crochet. This is the stitch for drama and drape. Treble crochet, also called the triple crochet, is the tallest of our basic stitches. It creates an open, airy fabric that's perfect for lightweight garments, shawls, and lacy designs. Each stitch covers a lot of height, and the technique follows the same pattern as the double crochet, but we start with 2 yarn overs instead of 1. For treble crochets, we skip the first 4 chains and work into the 5th from our hook. So here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here's the key difference: we start with 2 yarn overs. So yarn over once, per usual, that's from back to front, and yarn over again from back to front. Now we have our loop and 2 wraps on our hook. Insert your hook into that 5th chain from our hook. Yarn over and pull through just that chain. Count the loops on our hook. We should all have 4. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we're going to work in stages just like the double crochet. So yarn over, we're going to pull through the first 2 loops only. So there's 1, there's 2. We should have 3 loops left on our hook. We're going to yarn over again, pull through the next 2 loops. So there's 1, there's 2. To get 2 loops left on our hook, then yarn over just once more and pull through the last 2 loops. Now that is 1 treble crochet. Now look at how tall that is compared to a double crochet. Let's do another one. We're going to yarn over twice again. So 1, 2. Into that next chain, insert your hook and pull through to get 1, 2, 3, 4 loops on our hook. Yarn over, pull through the first 2 loops, yarn over, pull through the next 2 loops, and yarn over, pull through the next 2 loops. That is our next treble crochet. The turning chain for a treble crochet is a chain 4. That gives us the same height as a treble. And we're going to flip our work to start on our treble crochet row. Yarn over twice. Insert into that first stitch. Yarn over, pull through, then yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, and pull through 2. The rhythm is 2 yarn overs. Insert, yarn over, pull through 2, pull through 2, and pull through 2. This stitch creates that beautiful open flowing fabric that's dramatic and works up super fast. Now the most common mistake: forgetting that second yarn over at the start, or losing track of how many pull throughs you've done. Remember, 2 yarn overs to start, then 3 stages of pulling through 2 each time. This stitch creates a beautiful open flowing fabric. It's dramatic and works up super fast. Alright, on to the last stitch. This one is a little different from everything else we've done so far. The slip stitch, your invisible connector. Slip stitch is the shortest stitch in crochet. It adds basically little to no height, which makes it perfect for joining rounds, moving your yarn across the stitches without adding bulk, and creating invisible seams. For the slip stitch, we're going to work into the second chain from our hook. There's 1, there's 2, so right into there. Insert your hook into that second chain, yarn over, and just pull through everything on our hook all in one motion. See, that's it. That's 1 slip stitch, and you see how flat it is? It barely adds any height. Let's do a few more just to make sure we all have it down. Into that next chain, yarn over and pull through everything on our hook. Once more. Next, yarn over and pull through everything. It's fast, it's simple, and it creates this flat, tight chain. Now here's where the slip stitch really shines, joining the rounds or panels. So when you're working in the rounds or panels, making a hat or a bag or circular yoke garments, you'll probably use the slip stitch to join the ends of the rounds to the beginning invisibly. You can always use it to move across your stitches without adding any height, or to create decorative surface details. The most common mistake? Pulling through too tight and making your work bunch up. Keep your tension relaxed. Slip stitches should just glide through smoothly. Another mistake is trying to use slip stitches for regular rows. It's way too short, way too tight. Save it for joining or connecting. And that's it. Now you have all 5 basic crochet stitches. You've mastered the 5 basic stitches that unlock literally thousands of crochet patterns. Let's recap what you now know how to do. Single crochet, your foundation stitch. It's short, tight, and sturdy, perfect for structure and amigurumi. The half double crochet, the middle ground. Great texture, works up faster than single crochets, perfect for blankets and scarves. Double crochet, the workhorse. Tall, drapey, and fast, this is what you use for most wearable garments. Treble crochets, the drama queen, super tall, open and airy, beautiful for lightweight pieces and lacy designs. And lastly, the slip stitch, your invisible connector, perfect for joining rounds and moving across your work without adding any height. These 5 stitches are the building blocks for every single crochet pattern you'll ever make. Now once when you're comfortable with these basics, you're ready to start making your actual projects. I've got a ton of beginner-friendly patterns on my channel. Simple tops, cozy cardigans, cute accessories, everything is broken down step by step, just like this tutorial. And stay tuned, because I will be releasing tutorials on increases, decreases, back loops, basically all the techniques you'll need to know to make your own finished garment. If this tutorial helped you, do me a huge favor and smash that like button. It tells YouTube to show this video to more beginners who need it. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. I post new crochet tutorials every Wednesday and Sunday. Everything from beginner-friendly basics to trendy wearable projects you'll actually want to make.